I'm live at the moment, so this is not going to be edited because it's live, right? um, so for the past few weeks I've been hearing rumours and stories about 2024 being the year where SHIT is going to happen, right? Well, we all know we've seen this escalation in craziness with food prices and farmer strikes globally in every single country, but you won't see it on the main news. You've got to look for it on the internet, and you don't have to say, oh, you don't have to think, oh, it could be conspiracy theory. No, these are live videos of people who are had enough, basically, and there's thousands of them. There was, even in London, there's all these tractors, and it's not just that. There seems to be a clampdown on people's freedom right now, because it's to do with the rights of ordinary people who are trying to make a living, right? Sorry, my camera's pointing a bit down. So it seems to be a squeeze. We're being put under a squeeze right now. And I've also noticed a lot more videos are popping up to do with disgruntled people, to do with Microsoft, and operating system is now becoming less friendly. I mean, you used to be able to install all these different customizations, and you used to be able to, this is what I was talking about in a previous video, about where I like to be able to customize and do some automation stuff in it, and but it seems like BB, as in Big Brother, doesn't like that. They don't want us customizing things how we want it. They want to dictate how it is, basically. So I was watching the video from Brytech, some of it. I didn't watch it, I think he's a bit of a diehard Microsoft fan, but we all have our little choices about what we like and what we don't like. Well, it's just sad, really, that there are some choices are made for us instead of us making those choices, it seems to be. And there seems to be a bit of a migration going on right now. I'm noticing more and more people are actually swapping over to Linux and Ubuntu, whatever it is, whatever alternative operating system it is. This is why there's so much more interest in older operating systems. And but whenever if you try to take a step back in time and go to something that's old, you'll find blocks have been put there. Roadblocks have already been put there to stop you from using it, and this is what we're seeing happening. It's all by design. I mean, it's not an accident that when you try to roll back the clock and you want to say, oh, I want to go back to how it used to be, I want to use Windows XP, I want to use Windows Vista, I want to use, yeah, you go and you try it, and then all of a sudden it says, oh, the security certificates on this operating system are invalid. Or you can't download your emails on the older operating system because of some security certificates that are no longer valid. And you try to find out how to update them, and it says, oh, sorry, there was no way you can update them, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't support this operating system. And then there's the other problems. Newer hardware. There's a reason why we have this, they call it evolution, but it's not. It's more like devolution, really. You buy this new hardware, and then you want to go back, to an older operating system, and you realise that the old operating system won't run on the new hardware because it doesn't recognise it or something. So you have all these roadblocks put in the way, and so you're basically forced it to go in one direction. You know, you have to go in the direction that has been laid out for you. So your choice is limited. You don't have the choice. You don't have that freedom of choice anymore. You start to realise, and the more you dig into the past, or the more you dig into what you want to do, the more you realise that you just can't do it. It's like somebody's stolen the bridge and you want to cross it and you can't, you know. The bridge is out, and, you know, symbolically speaking, you just find out that there's only one way you can go, and that's the new bridge that is built, which is to the future, right? Not our future, not the future we want, but the future they want us to have, right? And so, yeah, I'll try and stick some end screens on the end of this live stream when I've finished it, because, yeah, what do we do? I mean, we don't have the choice anymore, do we? I mean, prices are going up. Why? Because they created this artificial scarcity to begin with, and they're destroying the farming industry. Farmers, you just have look what's going on in America right now. There's loads of farmland being shut down and turned into housing estates. So food production is going down, right? Food production goes down, prices go up, so you end up with scarcity. It's no longer artificial scarcity, it's real scarcity, and it's happening because of the system that's doing it, right? So you get these billionaires, right? These people with a lot of money. They'll go up buying up all this land because they want to turn it into genetically modified stuff, right? Or they want to turn it into some other kind of corporate infrastructure that we don't even know about, because obviously we don't know what their plans are, but we can get a pretty good guess, you know. So yeah, the world is going down a very dark alley right now, and you know, I'm just glad I'm at my age and probably won't be around much longer. I really don't want to be around much longer, actually. No, I don't want to see all hell break loose, because that's where it's going. Because they said this, as I said at the beginning, everyone's talking about this year being the year of change. Now, I was really optimistic in the first few months of this year, and I was thinking, oh great, maybe the bad guys are going to get exposed. Well, maybe they are, but maybe it's too late to do anything about it, because they've all got private yachts to live on their islands. They've got security fences around them. It's a bit like James Bond. It's like that movie James Bond and Goldfinger, where these globalists they protected themselves beforehand, you know, and you can't get to them, you know. So you couldn't go knock on the door and say, what you're doing to us, blah blah blah. You can't even talk to them, you know. So you're screwed from day one, right? And I was optimistic at the beginning of the year. I was thinking, oh, maybe things are gonna get better, but now I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, I'm totally messed up, confused. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, because it's like a balancing act. You know, it's either it's gonna go really bad or it's gonna go really good. It's one or the other. It's really crazy right now. But you see, they say that when things get really, really bad, that's when people notice it, which is a good thing, because you actually can see it happening, right? Whereas if it's happening slowly, it's like being boiled slowly, the frog being boiled slowly in the pot. It doesn't notice it's happening until it's too late, right? Until the old saying that the frog is cooked and it doesn't even know it. Well, that has been happening to us for many, many years. It's been happening very slowly, but now it's speeding up. So there's a lot of historical articles there's a whole ton of articles, if you go and do your research, that say that in the end times it will seem like time is speeding up. Well, time isn't so much speeding up as much as everything that's happening is happening faster, right? Because of the internet, because we're all connected, and because things can happen faster, because this is what they have with JIT, just in time, the delivery system. So you basically go to the supermarket and you buy food off the shelf, and you look at the date on it and it says expires, and you look at it and shit, that's only 3 days away. Why? Why do they want our food to expire 3 days away when we used to be able to get food that would last for, canned food would last for years? Which I think some of it still does. A lot of it still does. But most food that you buy at the supermarket or the store, you're lucky if it'll last you 2 or 3 days. Why are they doing that? Maybe because when everything goes to shit, most of us will starve to death because the food will be rotten and we can't even eat it. So the supply lines will just shut down. And this is the negative side of it. This is what you don't want to think about, and this is what I don't want to think about. But it's just not pleasant to think about that stuff. But you can see the signs everywhere. I mean, I'm looking at this video right now, right? There's this guy in America, and let me just scroll back. He's at this auction house place, right? We switch cameras. Right. Why do you think there's all these machines on auction right now? Why are they all up for sale? Why? It's because industry is collapsing. Our industry, our ability to manufacture and to build roads, to actually build, is disappearing. So you have thousands of diggers and machines and excavators all on auction right now, all over the world, and nobody wants them. Why doesn't nobody want them? Well, only maybe 1 or 2 people want them, but there's thousands of blooming forklift trucks down there. And I also heard that there are deserts absolutely packed solid with aircraft, you know, 737s, 727s, a graveyard of aircraft. And look at all of that together and realize that the reason why machines are being retired now is because we're coming to the end. We're no longer building. I mean, bridges are falling down, buildings are falling down, frigging earthquakes are happening everywhere, and there's some. It's crazy. If anyone can't see what's going on, they must be blind. I mean, it's all connected. It's all coming together as one big mess, but most of us have got tunnel vision. I mean, I've even had tunnel vision myself in the past, you know, where you think, oh, nah, it's not connected or it's not related. And, but it is. It's all part of the global collapse that's happening right now. And you start to notice that people can't even do a good job anymore, right? You know, we used to have engineers that knew how to fix things. Now, aircraft are falling out of the sky because somebody didn't put the rivets in properly. That was in the news the other day. An aircraft, apparently a canopy came off the engine, it flew off. You could say, oh, it's just some guy at the aircraft factory who's a slacker who couldn't do his job properly. Well, you could say that, but we used to have, I'm talking about the 60s, 70s and 80s, we used to have what's called inspections, that they would go around. I think we still do have inspections, but even that even that is slacking off now. That's getting worse. I mean, because that aircraft should not have lost that panel in mid-flight and be forced to land. So everything is falling apart. The freaking system's falling apart. People are cutting corners, and it's because people haven't got the money, or they've been squeezed so tight that they can't afford to get the safety inspector in, or they can't afford to get the inspector to go and check the aircraft's in safe condition to fly, and somebody's signed the document, oh, just say it's safe to fly, you know, we can't be bothered to get that guy because it'll cost us £2,000 just to have him come on. So there's all sorts of reasons. It's that, you know, this is what's going on right now. It's happening everywhere. And I know they want us to eat bugs, right? They want us to eat freaking creepy crawlies, right? They're trying to do away with meat. The same meat's bad, but it's not. It's, if you don't eat meat, the animals aren't born, because nobody's going to raise the animals, and nobody's going to raise the pigs and the cows and everything else. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest, you know. But I keep seeing my newsfeed on here. You know, I mean, these guys, they go to these auctions and they buy these things. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas. I've got all these machines. I can go and take my pick, you know. But they don't see what's happening. They don't realise why there's so many machines there. It's because, you see, we used to this stuff used to get recycled, it used to get repaired and put back into service straight away, because there was a demand for it, because people had to build the infrastructure. But we're not building anything anymore. Even in the UK, right, we're not building any houses, but there's loads of people coming here on boats, but we're not building houses. So what's going to happen? Oh, God. And I heard that story in the the other day. It was a friend posted it online. This woman, she's in America. I forget which town it was, city it was. She comes home and finds two strange men in her house, and she shoots one of them and kills one of them because they were intruders. These are illegal migrants, and they've got nowhere to live, so they're just invading people's houses. My friend, I'll tell you what happened to my friend. She had a dream. She said that she had this dream where there was these foreigners knocking on her door, and she went to open the door, and they basically dragged her out of her own house, and they said, "We're sorry we're going to do this to you." And they basically took over her house, her home, and she was left stranded. And these were all illegals, right? Now, you might say, oh, that's just a dream. Yeah, but she's very psychic, right? She's extremely psychic. So, and I said to her at the time, I says, well, let's just hope it's just a dream, you know. Let's just hope it's just a bad dream, or maybe a fear dream or something. But it's happening. This woman in America, it frigging happened to her. Two men goes in her house and she had to shoot one of them. So it's happening. It's not a dream anymore if it's really happening, is it? I mean, it didn't happen to my friend, but it's happened to this woman in America. So, yeah, it's still happening. So it's scary, yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'm going because I'm getting too depressed. I'm just hoping that something happens, you know, something positive happens. Maybe there'll be a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe somewhere there'll be a light at the end of the tunnel. This eclipse is supposed to be some kind of that happened in America. Is supposed to be some sort of on the 8th of April. Is it? We're in? Yeah, 8th of April 2024. Because obviously, if you're watching this video live stream in the future, you're going to think, what eclipse is that? Well, that's the date anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm psychic, not as much as my friend is, but I've tried to tune in to figure out what's going on, and I can't get a clear picture of what's going on. It's like there's a big wall there. It says, no, you're not allowed to see. So, you know, like when you walk into a room and somebody suddenly pulls the curtain in front of you, you say, you're not allowed to see. It's like that with me at the moment. I just can't see what's going on. So, anyway, I'm going. uh, so I was just trying to see if there's anyone watching, because I can't see with bloody glasses. At these varipocals, they focus when I lift them up. That's why I have to move them around. I look a bit stupid, don't I? I look worse with them freaking watchmaker glasses on there. Yeah, them freaking things. But yeah, it's sometimes I'm kind of glad that my eyesight's not so good. Yeah, these are really cool for looking at electronic stuff. There's a little torch on it, but I don't use them very often because you can't see bugger all at distance. You can only see stuff close up, like 2 inches. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope things turn around. I really do. It's 2:30 AM right now in the UK. Just watching this guy with all these machines, right, on YouTube. I'm just shaking my head. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, you know, there's a lot there. You know, where did they all come from? All these, they didn't just all turned up all at once, sort of thing. And I'm thinking, Jesus, there's something massive going on here. How many companies, how many businesses have shut down? I mean, just let me just mute it and play it. Just look at the state of that. All these machines. And this guy, I'll credit his channel, is called, Diesel Creek. Diesel Creek. Just look at that, all them machines. Trucks. I don't know. Let me scroll forward a bit. Right, let me go forward. Where was I? I can't remember where I was now on this because I was actually way forward. It's a pity he didn't do an aerial droning of this. And they're all working as well, these machines. It's not like they were scrapped. My internet's garbage. Anyway, I'm going to have to go because internet's crap and it's probably cracking up my live stream now. I've just realised. See you later.